One Zambia, one nation. Welcome to Zanis News. I'm your presenter, Sarah Miti, and my sign language interpreter is Emalda Mulea. Top stories in the news. China pledges enhanced trade and economic support to Zambia. Nalikwanda Mini Hospital opened. And Zamani Chiefdom attains open defecation-free status. The news in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema says the advancement of the Zambia-China relations into a comprehensive strategic and cooperative partnership has resulted in the achievement of many economic projects in the country. President Hichilema says the enhanced cooperation between the two countries has resulted in the dewatering of the Shaft 28 at the Luansha copper mines, which will lead to its eventual reopening. Zanis staff Akalani Muchima reports that the head of state said this when outgoing Chinese ambassador to Zambia, Du Jianhu, called on him at State House to bid farewell as his tour of duty in the country comes to an end.
President Hakainde Hichilema says the upgrade of the Zambia-China relations into a comprehensive strategic and cooperative partnership has resulted in the acceleration of many economic projects in Zambia. The head of state said this when outgoing Chinese ambassador to Zambia, Du Jianhu, called on him at State House to bid farewell.
I must say, projects such as 28 Shaft, which you mentioned, and we'll be going again there, is very important to us. To bring back a mine that was not operational for over 20 years, to bring it back to life through this partnership is great indeed. It means jobs for the people of Luansha, for the people of Copper, for the people of Zambia. The revitalization of Tazara, which we target to conclude before, or at least sign during the next visit, which I'll be mentioning just now. Many investments. You mentioned Lusaka and Ndola Road. That road is important to us. And what we did yesterday, the way the contractor is moving, we're very happy. The earlier attempt to do this road was 1.25 billion plus interest, other cost 1.8 billion. We're going to deliver that road in $650 million.
Speaking earlier, Ambassador Join said since assuming office in 2021, President Hakainde Hichilema's administration has attracted massive transformation towards modernization, stating that China will continue rendering support to Zambia.
Since the new Deng government took office, the country's transformation towards modernization has gained speed, winning acclaim at home and abroad. The substantial investment inflow from China is a recognition of your leadership, Mr. President, performance of the new Deng government and China-Zambia relations, and a vote of confidence from the Chinese business community. Our economies are cut out for each other. Working together, we will be able to combine China's strengths in capital and technology and Zambia's resource endowment and translate them into sustainable source of growth for both.
We reaffirm the One China policy. We have stood by this position throughout. Even when we're in opposition, we pronounce ourselves on the One China policy. We continue to do that. We wish China success and its role in keeping global peace, security, and stability to allow for development.
On the sidelines, First Lady Muthinta Hichilema was also hosting the ambassador's spouse, where the two also exchanged gifts. During a state visit to China by President Hakainde Hichilema in September 2023, China in Zambia said they would enhance trade cooperation, with the Chinese side vying to invite Zambia to continuously participate in the China International Import Expo. President Hichilema and President Xi Jinping also had an in-depth exchange of views on China-Zambia relations, China-Africa relations, and international regional issues of mutual interest, and reached extensive and important consensus for the benefits of the two citizens in the two countries. Kalan Muchima reporting for Zanis in Osaka.
President Hakainde Hichilema has today sworn in 2 permanent secretaries under the Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry and under the Ministry of Finance and National Planning, and 1 accounting general for the Ministry of Finance and National Planning. Ringo Zulu has been sworn in as permanent secretary for Investment and Industrialization under the Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry, while Crucivia Hichikumba as permanent secretary for Investment and Industrialization under the Ministry of Finance and National Planning. Ms. Nsandi Mainza has been sworn in as accounting general under the Ministry of Finance and National Planning. Speaking during the swearing-in ceremony at State House, President Hichilema urged the newly sworn-in government officials to work tirelessly and serve the Zambian people. Meanwhile, Mr. Hichilema earlier today received letters of credence from France, Rwanda, and United Arab Emirates. The 3 are Emmanuel Buginga of Rwanda High Commissioner, as Rwanda High Commissioner to Zambia, Thomas Marie Rosigno as France Ambassador to Zambia, and Jasmine Akasimi as United Arab Emirates Ambassador to Zambia, respectively.
We need to raise the bar, colleagues. We need to change the attitude that work means 8 hours to 17 hours. No, work is the deliverables. Getting the accounts ready for audit, having spent in accordance with the plan. If anything, save on consumption expenditure and drive that money into what I said already. Internal audit, it's the same. If you don't bring investments in commerce, you don't encourage for more emphasis to come, then you have not delivered as PS. You are hanging in there. Most people hang in the offices, just hang in there. You ask them after 5 years of in PS, let's see the projects you brought. Let's see the new investment you brought. Kulibi. Or emotion. So how do you expect the economy to grow? Let's walk along. Be part of the team to look after citizens' money. Simple. Thank you to the family members for supporting these people. Please allow them space to work for the people. This country is shifting its bilateral relationships towards 2 anchor areas. One is economic diplomacy. Economic diplomacy, social, so basically to advance the economic and social development, trade and investment. Number 2, to support this anchor of our foreign policy, working with yourselves, is to work together in maintaining peace, security, and stability in our individual countries, but also in our regions, on our continent, Africa, and the global community. These are the 2 focal areas, just to sort of remind ourselves, and we believe that these deliver value for all of our countries.
Speaker of the National Assembly, Nelly Moti, has called for strengthening of laws that will enhance women participation and representation in Parliament. Ms. Moti observed that there is need to amend laws that hinder women participation in politics and particularly in Parliament. The Speaker said this in an interview on the occasion of the celebration of the 100 years of existence of the parliamentary system in Zambia. She sadly noted that after 100 years, Zambia only has 25 female members of parliament, MPs, out of the 167, adding that the figure is barely 15%. Ms. Moti expressed gratitude that in almost 100 years, the Zambian parliament has a female Speaker of the House, adding that the narrative is changing, and emphasized that this agenda must be pushed so as to ensure a proportional representation promoting women in politics.
As we celebrate 100 years as a legislature, it is indeed gratifying that I happen to be on the scene, to be part and parcel of the celebration as the first female speaker. while noting that we have taken at almost 100 years to have the first female speaker, what is important is that something is being done and the narrative is changing. Because it really is sad to note that after 100 years, we only have 25 members of parliament who are female out of the 167, which is just barely 15%. I'd say that up to now, we have had a constitution, the last amendment of which was 2016, but up to now, the people of Zambia are still calling for further amendments. There are so many gaps in this constitution that need to be addressed, and the sooner we do it, the better. For me, my clarion call is that we amend the constitution so that we can provide proportional representation and quota system so that we can improve the participation of women in politics and representation in the House. But for me as Speaker, I want to leave a parliament that is gender responsive.
Meanwhile, Swedish Ambassador to Zambia, Johan Hallenberg, says Sweden has adopted a new development cooperation strategy which aims at supporting Zambia with about $45 million United States dollars per year for a period of 5 years. Mr. Hallenberg says the development strategy will focus on climate change, environmental protection, corruption, productive health, democracy, civil society support, and human rights. He stated that Zambia and Sweden share a broad and strong relationship as the two countries collaborate in education, business, and health, among other sectors. Mr. Hallenberg said this when he paid a courtesy call on the Northern Province Administration ahead of his 2-day visit to the province to check on the development initiatives funded by the Swedish government. Meanwhile, Northern Province Permanent Secretary Bernard Mpundu thanks the Swedish government for supporting the girls in Northern Province through the Keeping Girls in School KGS program. Western Province Minister Kapelo Mbangweta has officially opened Nalikwanda Mini Hospital in Mongo District. The mini hospital is a central government project constructed at a total cost of $1.6 million United States dollars. Here's a report.
The official opening of Nalikwanda Mini Hospital in Nalikwanda constituency by the provincial minister is a crucial addition to the healthcare infrastructure in Nalikwanda constituency. The newly opened mini hospital is equipped with modern medical facilities and staffed by a dedicated team of healthcare professionals. Kapelo Mbangweta, the provincial minister, officially opened the facility.
Development is when you bring services on the doorstep like this one. Because what this means is that now people are saved from traveling to Mongo for services which they can find here. For example, last night I'm told there was a baby which was delivered here. Without this facility, the mother would have been compelled to travel or to be taken to Mongo probably. We want to encourage you to look after the employees who are being posted to this facility. To the staff also, please look after the old people you have found here. Work according to your professional ethics. I'm requesting the people of Western Province, please support President Hakainde Hichilema, because in 2.5 years he has brought so much development to this province.
The provincial minister also highlighted that this project is part of a larger plan to enhance healthcare services throughout the region. Mongo Mayor Nyambi Muyumbana says this is a reflection of government's commitment to improving the healthcare system in Western Province.
The first of its kind here in Nalikwanda constituency. The construction of this hospital, Mr. Guest of Honor, the water reticulation system, the procurement and installation of equipment, as well as the on-site training of staff, all together cost a total of $1.6 million US dollars. This is a true reflection of the New Dawn government's commitment to improve health care through provision of health facilities such as this one. You may wish to know that the functions of the district health office were recently devolved to local authorities, and therefore we are one team working tirelessly to achieve the same goals.
And Mongo District Commissioner has commended government under the leadership of President Hakainde Hichilema for bringing development to Nalikwanda constituency.
We've faced a lot of death in terms of maternal death here in Nalikwanda because of lack of health facilities. The central government has now come up with this mini hospital to help the people of Nalikwanda. This mini hospital is all in one.
Nalikwanda lukali ngeye ipatire mwa Mungu. Nesa bahari. It never existed. It has lived in the periphery of Mungu. As a result, people have suffered. Kama kwa otwaro nakuboya kakikuli neba kuli lufiroti pati la se kateno miwa itume hapa muzo. Rusaku pahape, we still need more.
Namakao Kayombo reporting for Zanis in Mongo, Western Province.
Thank you, Namakao, for that report. Now, Special Advisor to the President on Health, Roma Chilenge, has called on pharmacists across the country to prioritize sensitizing healthcare professionals on the prescription and administration of drugs. Professor Chilenge was speaking at an antimicrobial review meeting in Kabwe. Details are in this report.
This is a group of pharmacists from across the country. They have gathered in Kabwe for an antimicrobial stewardship review meeting aimed at raising awareness on issues relating to antimicrobial, a leading cause of death in poor countries. State House Presidential Health Advisor Roma Chilenge opened the 2 days workshop by challenging pharmacists to take accountability for the drugs allocated in hospitals. Professor Chilenge warned the team against theft and misuse of drugs in hospitals. He said the sensitization meeting on antimicrobial should be taken serious as antimicrobial is a leading cause of death and an enormous burden on poor countries.
Let's take stewardship with that sense of responsibility, that sense of awareness, and most importantly, the thought that what can I do in my workspace to make this stewardship a reality so that in the next year or the other year, we shall say we used to be here, now we are there.
Speaking at the same event, Ministry of Health Permanent Secretary for Technical Support Services said antimicrobial is a serious concern for developing countries. He said the purpose of the workshop was to provide a platform to share activities and strategies for effective implementation that would have a positive impact on the delivery of healthcare services.
As evidenced by the global research on antimicrobial resistance, GRAM study, AMR is a leading cause of death globally, higher than HIV/AIDS or malaria, with the highest burden in the low-income settings. It is for this reason that the World Health Assembly endorsed a global action plan on antimicrobial resistance, AMR, in May 2015, followed by a political declaration by the United Nations General Assembly in September of 2017.
And Ministry of Health Chief Pharmacist Kandandu Chibosha said it was not worth it to lose a job in the civil service over theft of medicines. He cautioned pharmacists against using shortcuts to accumulating wealth at the expense of the health of citizens.
November, they saw 49 clients in their DHIS. They withdrew 60 courses of Quantum 6 and 30 courses of Quantum 9. December, the numbers, if you look at the seasonality, the numbers are increasing, but also look at how much is leaving the storeroom to treat these numbers. The fun one was December. They saw 153 cases, but they went to the storeroom to issue 270 courses of Quantum 6 and 480 courses of Quantum 24 to treat 153 cases. How many courses was each patient going on?
For Zanis News, I'm Catherine Sakala in Kabwe, Central Province.
Eastern Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Lewis Mwape has expressed concern with the slow pace in the implementation of Constituency Development Fund (CDF) projects. Dr. Mape says the long procurement process involving CDF projects should be removed as they are a hindrance in spearheading development in rural areas. Sylvester Chishimba filed in this report.
In order to take development to all parts of the country, especially rural areas, as evidenced by the increased 2024 Constituency Development Fund to 30.8 million kwacha per constituency. However, the slow execution of some CDF projects in Chipata district of Eastern Province has raised a lot of concern by the Provincial Deputy Permanent Secretary, Lewis Mwape. Dr. Mwape has inspected CDF projects of clinics that are complete and those under construction in various locations of Longeni constituency.
For me, what we have observed, there are good parts of the project and also parts which require some kind of improvement. I think this is the essence of monitoring government projects. This is very important. So our appeal to our contractors is that we need to do quality work. The President of this Republic has been emphasizing on the key pillars of developing our country by ensuring that our system is compliant to issues of cost, our system is compliant to issues of time, our system should also be compliant to issues of quality. And all these forms what we call the project triangle. And if we push anything, we share anything, there is something that we are going to lose. So for our contractors, I think there is need to emphasize the need of quality and timing. And I think government of the Republic of Zambia under the leadership of His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema is in a hurry to develop this country.
The Deputy Permanent Secretary is also concerned about the many procurement processes surrounding CDF.
Rigidities around procurement needs to be highly removed because construction is seasonal. We are getting into the rain season, but we are still talking about getting into procurement issues. So our call to all our local authorities, especially Chipata City Council, is that we need procurement to be sped up so that we need to find contractors at every point of site, at every site. The other issue is, I think, the collaboration between the host sectors, like the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Education. There is need to collaborate very well with the Chipata City Council or all other local authorities because there are certain supplies which needs to be guided by the host ministry or host sector. For example, the consumables, the drugs, and all the fitments in the clinics that we have visited needs to be looked at.
And the members of the public in Sanchiga area have made an appeal to government.
Mwetisegulira kuno kusanjika nisokondwa tazimayi namba kuti tikopita soti mwati ala ni malunzi anyinji utulunza tazimayi blood kachoka tazimayi tikhoza kufa tulunza vinthu viwiri nthawi imodzi chifukwa chake mwayichi tupempha kuti mtitumire kwa mawu kwa kansela laso MP onse boma ndaa leba kwa azimayi asokonezeka
chipatala chemangibwa zoona badi chodabwisa nyona kuti chipatala besegula koma mankhwala paliye so pempho nionena kuti tikireko ni nzeru vindu vingene malo mwake tufuna mankhwala tiyambothandizika.
Sylvester Shimba for Zanis in Chipata District, Eastern Province.
We continue with the news. Namala District Commissioner Ephraim Shandavu has disclosed that the area has received 282 metric tons of relief maize. Mr. Shandavu says the relief food will be distributed to over 30,000 households in the 16 wards of the district. Wailinda Piri has more in this report.
The government, through the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, DMMU, has commenced the relief distribution exercise for 2024. The distribution of relief food is as a result of the crop failure in the 2023-2024 farming season due to drought, which affected most parts of the country. This led to President Hakainde Hichilema to declare the situation a national disaster. In Namala district, the relief food distribution exercise has commenced with the first consignment of 282 metric tons to be distributed to all 16 wards in the districts. Namala district has 30,146 households.
You may need to know that this actually is just the first phase of the 282 metric tons that have been allocated to Namala. Many more metric tons will be sent as we go on, because this program is supposed to continue until we are comfortable that people have relief maize wherever they are.
Namala district has selected World Vision to be the project implementing partner PIP, who will work with the DMMU in the district in the relief distribution exercise.
World Vision were excited to be chosen as project implementing partner under the Disaster Management Mitigation Unit to distribute the relief food to the affected masses by the 2023-2024 farming season prolonged dry spells.
Beneficiaries are elated about this development.
The government to come on board to give this food relief in this community to support us concerning, as I mentioned earlier, to the climate change which has affected the country.
The Namala District Commissioner also paid a courtesy call to the 4 chiefs of Namala to hear challenges and also explain the relief distribution exercise, while Linda Peary reporting in Namala District of Southern Province.
Relief distribution, about 50 farmers whose fields were invaded by hippos in Chingola have also benefited from the relief maize being distributed in the district. The local farmers in the Hippo Pool area are happy with government's continued support from the time hippos invaded their farms. Ian Chomba gives us more in this report.
These are community members of Hippo Pool area under Kabungo Ward in Inchanga constituency of Chingola. Most of them are farmers who were affected by the dry spell, and some of them had their fields invaded by hippos during the rainy season. It is for this reason that government has included them in the distribution of relief maize to cushion their challenges.
One assurance is that government will not abandon you. Government will be with you in these trying moments. We have, as government, we have left our ear in Hippo Pool. We have left our ear in Hippo Pool. Whatever help that is going to come at any particular time, we shall make sure that the people of Hippo Pool will not go hungry.
The Department of DMMU has thought of coming up to relief on the issues that you are going through, because you lost quite a lot where you are supposed to eat, but now there is nothing to eat because all the crops were damaged.
The church has been a key partner in the distribution and implementation of the program.
So we are so grateful to His Excellency and the government of the Republic of Zambia, as well as the DMMU,
disaster management
for such a gesture. And as a church, we feel indeed the government has people upon their heart.
The beneficiaries are happy with government's support through the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit.
Abalimi baku Hippo Pool mukafiwe river mukwayi ndetotera bakateka besu hapa karamba sana na government yabo ukupitira mu DMMU bazawa pakwasuka kwa mkwangufyanya ilio twa ile stako report issue.
The distribution of relief maize by government to affected farmers is a good move to cushion their challenges brought about by the drought. I'm Ian Chomba reporting for Zanis in Chingola.
Kaoma District Commissioner Kashina Sheba has flagged off distribution of relief maize to mitigate effects of the drought among vulnerable communities. The Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, DMMU, has allocated 6,000 times 50 kilogram bags of relief maize to the drought-affected households in the district.
To mitigate food shortages following the devastating drought, the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, DMMU, has allocated 300 metric tons of relief maize to Kaoma District. The beneficiaries are overjoyed with this gesture. Kaoma District Commissioner flags off the distribution exercise at Kaoma Secondary School.
Kaoma is a land of plenty where people work very hard to produce food on their own. Because of this drought, it means those farmers have been hit badly. I've been given the privilege to officially flag off the distribution of 300 metric tons, thus 6,000 bags of 50 kg of relief maize distribution in our district, Kaoma. The maize is part of the response strategies of government to mitigate food shortages in Kaoma district that is currently facing following the drought experience. And in that vein, I just want to encourage you that when the next season comes, please let us not just depend on growing maize, but we should also think of growing other crops that are drought resistant, like millet, sorghum, and other crops. Our new Dawn government will do everything possible to ensure that no one dies of hunger.
DMMU Kaoma District Officer assures beneficiaries of concluding the distribution exercise in the quickest possible time.
Kaoma has two constituencies, which is Mangango and Kaoma Central. Mainly, people in Mangango area have been hit severely by the drought. Teaching wards are going to benefit from the relief maize. We use our grassroots satellite committees, which help us identify the vulnerable communities. We hope to be done with our distribution in the shortest period of time.
The beneficiaries are thankful to government for this timely gesture.
Luitumela kubona kakulibaize musebezi womuntu namaswe akubona tala enzi mwa Zambia mokengata chwale bunde wabona baboni moba selikulira bana babona mwa Zambia kona balutisezeli choze bamusoza mahala zesinakulekiwa laitumela kwa muso orufile licho laitumela luli muso lula mulezi lulo bezinita
laitumela go president kamusebezo bayiza mulimu abayikereze mata abayikereze mazazi bavereke ahulu.
Mtinta Mbagwe for Zanis in Kaoma District, Western Province.
From Kaoma, we move to Mpika, where District Commissioner David Siame has called on farmers to embrace sustainable agricultural practices which are resilient to climate change in an effort to promote food security. Mr. Siame, who graced the Mufubushi Agriculture Block Show, says adopting climate-smart farming techniques will ensure improved yields amidst climate uncertainties. Here's a report.
Farmers in Mpika district have held their first agricultural block show in Mufubushi, with the issues of climate change that the agriculture sector is grappling with in the country. Taking on innovations in agricultural practices and technologies aimed at enhancing productivity and improving food security is the way to go. Mpika District Commissioner David Siame has urged farmers to embrace sustainable agricultural practices.
Innovation is the cornerstone of a competitive agricultural future. It is essential to invest in research and development to drive innovations that address both current and future agricultural challenges.
The event provided a good opportunity for farmers to engage with each other and other stakeholders. Peggy Gutinho for Zanis in Mpika, Muchinga Province.
Shorthorn Printers Limited has acquired new state-of-the-art printing equipment worth over 2 million euros in an effort to enhance the printing capacity of the institution. Speaking when he officially commissioned the Speedmaster printing equipment in Lusaka today, Shorthorn Board Chairperson Abdul Mawere says the equipment will address the company's need for high-quality printing solutions. Here's a report. This is the Speedmaster SX102 SP printer, state-of-the-art printer that produces high-quality multiple color copies in a fast and efficient manner. The machine, which is the first in Zambia, has been acquired by Shorthorn Printers Limited as part of its strategic plan to improve quality of production and meet dynamic customer needs. Company Board Chairperson Abdul Mawere led several stakeholders and company staff in the official commissioning of the machine.
I'm reliably informed that the new Speedmaster SX1025P being launched today addresses the need of the Shorthorn Printers Limited to print high-quality documents with an increase not only in quality but in the number of colors being printed. Shorthorn Printers Limited has invested 2,777,500 euros in procuring this machine. This purchase could not have come at a better time than now, as it addresses the need by the company to increase its efficiency in meeting clients' demand, as well as to improve the quality of their documents to the satisfaction of our customers.
Company Chief Executive Officer Ngoza Banda has explained that the machine is expected to help the company meet its goal of providing high-quality printing solutions to its customers.
According to the plan, the company envisaged to procure 3 industrial machines during this period, and thus far, this is the second but most important one of them all. Coming from operating on a 2-color Speedmaster to a 5-color is not only meant for us to improve efficiency of the jobs done, but also to improve the quality of the product to the end user. This embraces our mission as a company, which is to provide quality printing services and products for customers' satisfaction.
Meanwhile, machine suppliers Herdebergs have highlighted the key advantages of the machine.
The Speedmaster SX102 is renowned for its perfecting capabilities, which allow for seamless double-sided printing in a single pass. This not only increases productivity, but also ensures precise alignment and consistency, resulting in flawless printed materials. So with automated plate changing, wash-up devices, and preset functions, the press significantly reduces setup times and minimizes manual intervention. So this leads to shorter production cycles and lower operational costs, allowing printers such as Shorthorn to meet tight deadlines and improve overall profitability.
Sarah Miti for Zanis in Lusaka. Over 1,000 households in Chief Zanis chiefdom of Kasenengwa district have attained an open defecation-free ODF status. This follows the introduction of the community-led total sanitation program by World Vision in partnership with the provincial and district water and sanitation committees.
The idea of using the bush to answer the call of nature is slowly getting out of the minds of the people of Samo village in Chief Zanis chiefdom of Kasenengwa district. This is after the World Vision Zambia, through the District Water Sanitation and Health Education Washer Committee, introduced the committee-led total sanitation program. A number of people now have toilets, including hand-washing facilities. The development has elated the Provincial Washer Committee, which visited the area to conduct village certification exercise.
Looking at how people are getting set regarding the ODF, it is ultimately speaking by itself, because a number of households that we have actually visited, they are indicating or there are signs of serious ODF undertaking. So we visited about 1,200 households, translated into 1,200 individual household toilets that are actually existing, which are ultimately adequate.
And the District Washer Committee explains how they have been working with the community.
I think we can say we have done 95% to 100% ODF free. I think these people, they have gotten the concept, and almost everyone have managed to construct contract at least to construct a latrine, a simple latrine.
And Samo village headman has paid growing tribute to government and the World Vision for implementing the project in his area.
This is the senior chief in the Zanis Sumbeni. Every household is aware of what is required at the household, e.g. in terms of toilet, lid, soap, water, plate stand, rubbish pit, and even going in the bush. People have stopped going in the bush. They are now using the toilet. The emphasis now is to urge each household to construct permanent structures.
Pato Dimbani for Zanis.
In other news, police in Luapula province has recovered assorted items suspected to have been stolen. The items include vehicles, motorbikes, bicycles, television sets, phones, and other assorted household property. Betcheba Katebe brings us this report.
In order to maintain law and order in communities, police in Mansa have continued to work tirelessly. Their works have paid off as they have over a period of time recovered assorted items believed to have been stolen within Luapula province. Luapula province Permanent Secretary Mait Mumba has witnessed the display of recovered items and has commended the police for their job.
Our police commissioner in Luapula province, we are so thankful for the good job that is being exhibited today and in the past by your officers under your command. We are so thankful as provincial. This sends a warning to the lawbreakers that the long arm of the law at one particular time catch up with them. So to the lawbreakers in the province, we are warning you that those who are involved in illegalities won't be tolerated by the command. We would want people in Luapula province to enjoy their peace, to enjoy what they've invested in terms of these items that you are looking at, especially the motorbikes, those that are in the transport industry, to work freely, provided they are following the law in terms of registering their motorbikes.
Luapula Province Police Commanding Officer Roy Kashimbaya has warned criminals against committing crimes.
Those who have lost properties as a result of housebreaking and thefts, they should report themselves to the district office here and come and identify the goods that were reported stolen. We are also extending a warning to the would-be criminals that it will just be a matter of time before we catch up with you. So we urge them, to desist from committing crime.
And Mansa residents who lost their properties through theft had gathered at the police station for identification of their property. Among the recovered items are vehicles, motorbikes, bicycles, television sets, phones, and other assorted household property. Betcheba Katebe reporting for Zanis News in Mansa District in Luapula Province.
As we end the news, a reminder of the top stories once again. China pledges enhanced trade and economic support to Zambia. Nalikwanda Mini Hospital opened. And Zamani Chiefdom attends open defecation-free status. And that is all we had for you on Zanis News. Thank you so much for joining us. And on behalf of the entire production team and my sign language interpreter, Imelda Mleya, it is goodbye and God bless.